What is going on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, jwill07. You know what time it is. It's unboxing time. This video is coming courtesy of the Nexus 5. Computer's down, got no other way to upload, so we're going to do it via the Nexus 5. Hope the quality's great. Same way I did the thank you video for the ending of the contest. Still going through all the contestants for that Universal Rocks contest. Me and Convict are filtering through them to see who the best candidates are for 1, 2, and 3. So we'll have that shortly, hopefully by the middle of this week. So let's get ready for the unboxing of the Marineland Canister Filter C-530. Reached out to Marineland, said I couldn't find this. I'd like to buy this directly from you. Here it is. Filters 530 gallons per hour. Does not mean that you can hook it up to a 530 gallon custom tank. No. Marineland said this is rated up to a 150 gallon tank. That's what I got. So, with that being said, I've got the Filstar XP XL. I've got two SUNSUN HW304 Bravos or Aquatop 350s, I believe. So, I'm going to remove one of the SUNSUNs, not because they're bad, but because I want to try this out, pop this baby on, get two flows going this way, and get a spray bar going down the back to kick up the old Mary Jane rotten crotch action. So, I went and read the box, looked at it. It says all the same stuff. Lets you know the selection guide. The 530 is the top of the line that Marineland sells. It's got high performance. It says virtually no bypass. So what it says is that the water will actually hit every part of the media that it comes with. That is a plus, ladies and gentlemen. This comes with everything you need to get started. You don't have to run back out to your local fish store. You don't have to run back out to that big box pet store. It is ready to go out of the box. Boom! Shakalaka. I love it. I'm digging it. Let's check it out. Let's fire this up. And then I'm going to talk about some updates on some canisters that I've got going. Maybe help you make a decision on what you need to get. Here we go. Let's fire this bad boy up. Woo, woo, woo! All right. Normal stuff. You got your instruction guide. That was one of the things that the SUNSUN lacked, was a clarity in instructions. This even gives you a number you can call. It's going to tell you, most people that have done a canister, and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, most people that have done a canister know how to hook it up. For those people that are beginning in the hobby, it can be a little daunting, as it was for myself. That's why there's a community out there. That's why there's forums, and that's why there's these 1-800 numbers. If you do purchase a SUNSUN and you got any questions, reach out to some of us that have done some reviews. Reach out to myself. We will definitely help you set up your canister if you're having issues and you cannot read the instructions. But the Marineland instructions are pretty clear if you follow them step by step. They are not like IKEA's putting together a piece of furniture that's going to take you 12 hours. All right, let's rip this canister right out. It's a nice little sleek silver and black. So, you got the canister. Very, very similar look to the Aquatop and to the SUNSUN, minus the UV sterilizer. Now the UV sterilizer on the SUNSUN is only a 9 watt, and on a 150 gallon tank like myself, it's not going to do anything. I think I need like a 30 watt. So I'm either going to need to run 3, or I'm going to need to run 2, and my green machine, which I do, but I'm going to need to run those 24 hours a day if I'm going to get anything out of them. I risk shorting them out. I'm going to have to replace those bulbs. I don't really have parasite issues, algae bloom issues. So when you're looking for a UV light, I don't really study those. I don't really look into those. There are a lot of more information on YouTube, on the forums. There's a lot of knowledgeable people out there on those. I'm not one of them, but I do know that one SUNSUN filter on your 150 gallon tank from a Aquatop or SUNSUN or there's a few other names that the companies run under, is not going to do the trick. So Marineland, I believe, opted out for that reason, I'm assuming, which makes sense. And without further ado, let's pop this bad boy open. You got your normal cable hooked up to that. You got your 2 ports for the tubes, your primer, and your clips. Let's see how big these media baskets are. It's going to look very, very similar. You know, Marineland runs the water test, very similar to others, just to make sure that there's no issues. I like that. Some people don't, but I do. Now there is a nice little rubber tube in here, which I'm digging on. You got your grate to protect it. As I just popped off the rubber piece. Baskets are huge, folks. Baskets are huge. It's coming with the ceramic rings. It's coming with the filter pad that they want to go on the top. So it's already set up. So if you're that type of person that doesn't know where the media goes, or you don't have an idea of how you want to set it up, Marineland's already done that for you. So you've got your ceramic rings up top with your filter pad. You've got a ton of bio balls just hanging out in the middle. You know, they recommend rinsing it out. They don't recommend, they tell you to rinse it out, and I highly recommend it. And then right here in the third tray, you got your activated carbon. I like this neat little rubber ring right here to protect it. That's nice. These baskets are huge. I'm really impressed with the depth of these baskets. Now the neat thing that I've just noticed as opposed to other ones is, and I'm assuming that's where this virtual bypass comes in, is there is no grate on the bottom basket. I don't know if anybody's ever showed that before. I've never went through a Marineland C-530 unboxing, and eventually I'll do a review on this, but there is no grate on the bottom. And I believe that's where it comes into, is when the water hits, it hits and comes back up. So it's going to hit all of the media and come back up. That's my thought process. I have not read that. I have not looked at that. So do not kill me in the comments. Ton of foam in here. I'm not going to ooh and ah about how big this thing is. It's a little bit wider than the Filstar. It's a little bit taller. It's about the same size as the SUNSUN, not too much. And then you get your, let me put these bad boys back in. Activate carbon goes in. But so far, this is, I mean, quality. When you say plastic, I mean, can you really say quality plastic? I guess you can. You hear it on cell phone reviews, you hear it on car reviews. But the plastic seems pretty sturdy. It doesn't seem like it's actually going to just bust on you. So, handles, everything looks very, very similar. Like I said, to the SUNSUN. So let's slide this out of the way. Let's get that white box that's got all the necessities. Thick tubing. It's got Marineland on the side letting you know where it came from. Wouldn't expect anything less. Got the bird in the background screaming. Don't worry, he's already been fed. No cruelty to animals here. I like the opaque tubing, and the reason why I like that is one of the things that I didn't like about my Fluval FX5 was I couldn't see the tubing. It's a personal thing. When I would clean it and turn it back on, it would spit out the nastiest gunk. I would clean it, but I couldn't see how clean it got. And with this, at least I can run my Magfox through it and see how clean it gets, and then I can turn it back on and not have that nasty stuff fill back into my tank after I've done all that hard work. I believe most of you can agree with that. Now here you got the intake and the outtake tubes. Now the intake tube is not very long. I'm not a fan of that, but we'll make that work because the SUNSUN is extremely long, so I can put that one dead center, or however I want to do it. You can rearrange your tank however. But these are some nice thick tubing. You got your intake grate, your suction cups, and I don't even know what you'd call this, but this is the deal. You hook up the intake and outtake tubes and your to your filter to stop the flow and to make sure it flows properly. So I heard some great things about this. That's why I wanted to try it out. And so I'll let you know here in about a couple months how it goes. I don't like doing a 30-day review because it just doesn't make any sense. But I'm going to now talk to you about the Arena Filstar, or AP, however you want to call it, XP XL. I've had it now over a couple months. I have had no leaks whatsoever. I'm highly impressed by it. It holds a lot of media. It has quite a few baskets. I did the unboxing video. I read how much it's able to do, and to me, it's done a fantastic job in my 150 alongside the SUNSUN. The one issue I do have is it does take on air bubbles. So when you do reprime it, it is, I would say, manual self-priming. You got to fill up the tube with the water, cap it, turn it back on, and then it primes itself. But you got to shake it, tilt it, get all the air bubbles out. Other than that, it's got some good high-quality flow, and it does the job it's supposed to. My tank does look a little cloudy. I've got to do a cleaning, and that's why I wanted to do this unboxing, is because I'm getting ready to add this Marineland C-530 all at the same time. So with that being said, I do recommend the XP XL. It is a high-quality filter. I have not had any leaks. You know, with everything you purchase, you do risk getting something that potentially has a leak, has a part that may be defective. That goes with anything. That goes with a house, a car, a cell phone, anything. So if you like something and there's a million reviews out there and you get 3 or 4 or 5, if it's repetitive of the same issue, reach out to the company. Give that company an opportunity to talk about. Maybe they had a batch that went out that were issues. So moving on to the SUNSUN. I've had the SUNSUN well over 6 months. I've had not one issue with that thing. The issue that I had was the UV light went out. Happens. That's what happens when you run it. So I had to replace the UV light. UV light's back on. That did not affect the operations of the filter. The 2 filters that are in the garage are running below 0 degrees in the garage. They're running perfectly fine. They're running under conditions that are not normal to inside temperatures. The ones that are under here have been running for about a month. They're running perfectly fine. But the reason why I wanted to talk about the SUNSUN is because I've been running it over 6 months. I have done multiple cleanings. I have done multiple media changes. And I have not had one issue. The only issue is my issue. I can't put the baskets in properly because I forget which way I put the baskets in. I highly recommend the SUNSUN or AquaTop. Now that doesn't mean I'm guaranteeing you that every one that you purchase is going to work flawlessly. Everyone, everybody, everything in this world has faults. I'm a realist. I'm going to tell you that if you go out and buy something that it's not going to work, it's going to work perfectly, because it may not. But I do highly recommend a SUNSUN HW304 Bravo or 404 Bravo. They work. They're working on mine outside of my garage. They're working on my 150 here in the living room. I do recommend them. The XP XL is working for me. I don't know if I'm doing things differently than anybody. I do the maintenance. Everybody out there has to do the maintenance on these canister filters. You can't just go, well, I don't see them anymore. They're underneath my tank or they're beside my tank. I don't see them like the hang on the back, so I don't have to clean them anymore. You still have to do the same maintenance as you did as the hang on the back. You still have to open them up, clean them out, make sure the impeller still works. You still have to do the routine maintenance. Set up a log, put up something on your smartphone. Most of us have smartphones out there. Put something up on a calendar. Do your routine maintenance, and you should have a long-lasting canister filter that will perform the way it's supposed to perform that's rated on the box. They didn't put a lot of money into these things for them to fail on you. With that being said, shout out to Marineland for helping me get this C-530 that seems to be invisible out here in Oklahoma. I look forward to hooking this up in my tank. If you like this video, please click subscribe, please click review. You know I got a potential contest coming out in the first quarter of 2014 if I reach 1,000 subscribers. I've got one more contest in 2013, fixing to launch here shortly. I'm hoping to get my computer back today. Apple could not figure out what's going on. It just randomly shuts down. You know, that's a testament to product failure. It hasn't failed in the year and a half that I've had it. It fails one time. I'm not going to bash Apple for it. It happens. But they've had it for longer than I thought they would have, so I'm a little ticked off. But hey, it happens. So, Marineland C-530, impressed by the way it looks, impressed by what it comes with, impressed by the quality of construction. So now let's see if I'm impressed by the way it operates. So far, Marineland has impressed me by their customer service, their ability to donate product to give back to you, and their ability to be out in the community to help this aquatic hobby. So on those 3 things alone, before I launch this canister filter on my tank, I'm already impressed. So look forward to this review here in the coming months. Why am I going to review it if I haven't used it yet? That's something that I don't do. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope this didn't run long. Hope I didn't ramble. Hope that bird over there didn't annoy you. Next time I'll bring him out here so that he doesn't scream. Thank you so much. Look forward to that contest.